Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who review. So in this review, it is on the TV episode known as The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit, which is part of Series 2. Now, the reason I went back and we watched this episode... Now, I'm on TikTok, and on TikTok came a clip from the Satan's Pit, which really wanted me to go back and revisit this episode from the Tennant era, specifically from Series 2. So I thought, why not just do a proper review on it? So before I do, I'll show you some of the stuff I own from Series 2 of The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit. So, of course, I own the volume right here with The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit. I own it here in the Doctor Who Series 2 DVD box set, as you can see here. I own it in this nice little Doctor Who The Collection. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't know if it's called Doctor Who The Collection or is it just called Doctor Who Series 1 to 4 box set, which has Series 2 in it right here, so right after Series 1, so which has it in. And then of course I have it on the Doctor Who Blu-ray Steelbook, which I watched it last night on. Now, seeing how we watched this episode, yes, I found some bits that I really enjoyed. There are some irksome bits that I was like, you know. And there's some fantastic bits in this episode. So I thought, why not just sit here and do a proper review on it for you amazing viewers. So starting off the episode, the TARDIS materialises in this kind of little cupboard thing. And the Doctor and Rose, the romance is starting to blossom. You can see it. It's the first part of it when you kind of see them coming out of the TARDIS and they're just there laughing because the TARDIS says the Doctor's like there going inside and the TARDIS goes, she's a bit queasy. And she goes, well, if you always wanted to, you can always go back inside and go somewhere else. And they end up laughing. It's like, I really hate the lovey-dovey stuff. I really do. Absolutely hate the lovey-dovey stuff. Now, I love the fact when we meet across the Ood, and the Ood are there like saying, we must feed. And then you got a whole army of Ood just coming through that door and going, we must feed, we must feed. And then Tennant's just there with the screwdriver and then the titles roll in. Now, I love the fact when they shake the little ball and goes, sorry, we must feed you. Sorry, the communication got stuck. I love that bit in the episode. Now, I love the fact when we get to the humans and they're like, oh my god, real people. What? Real people! Like we meet Ida Scott, we meet Danny, we meet Toby who becomes possessed by the devil. We meet Zach who is the captain. And we do meet Ida Scott and Suki, something like that. Anyway, we meet all of the people like and Mr. Jefferson and stuff. So the adventure is really good because after some sort of earth shake, like the TARDIS is basically falls down into the crater. The Doctor's just there saying, storage 5 to 8. And when you see the 10th Doctor just running, Rose is there screaming, what's me? And he goes, look, he goes, well, it's got to be out there somewhere. He goes, look down. And the Doctor's there, but I need my ship. It's the only thing I've got. And I love the fact that when we kind of got the humans explain to the Doctor where they are, and that it's very impossible to be underneath a black hole. I absolutely love that bit as well. And then, of course, when we kind of see like Toby get possessed, and you hear that kind of creepy voice, which really I had to look this up. It is the person that was the voice of Sutekh in Classic Who in the Tom Baker story known as The Pyramids of Mars. So I was like, they got Classic Actor back in. I love the fact we kind of got that creepiness going, Toby, I'm right behind you. Goes, Danny. And then he turns around and he literally looks at his hand and he got the devil hand, all that writing and stuff, and the devil's like eyes and stuff, and he collapses to the floor. I feel sorry for that woman. I really do feel sorry for that one where she's there, was seeing Toby outside, looking up on the black hole, and she's like, no, stop it, you can't be. And he's just there, just breaks the glass, and she goes flying out into space, and she gets pulled in to the black hole, and everybody who basically sees it is like that. Really bad. Anyway, the drilling is basically stopped because they're trying to drill down to the core of the planet. And then, of course, when the possessed Toby comes up and basically passes the possessed into every single Ood. Yeah, that is terrifying when you just see the Ood go. And then when you see them like electrocute people, I absolutely find it funny. I love the fact the Doctor's just there, then he's talking, saying, he is awake, and you will worship him. Who is it? Who's talking to you? Who is it? Such a Tennant sort of thing to do. Who is it? I do really enjoy that episode a bit. The Impossible Planet, I really do enjoy. Now, Satan's Pit, sorry, the kind of cliffhanger, because when you got the cliffhanger and stuff, I love the fact the Doctor is basically stranded underneath the core because the cable snapped from the lift thingy-majiggy. I can't remember what it's called. I'll just call it a lift thingy-majiggy. Just call it that. A lift thingy-majiggy. Yeah, thingy-majiggy. Yeah, just call it that. Thingy-majiggy. Anyway. So anyway, the cable gets stuck and the Doctor and Ida are stuck there where they get down to the pit. Now, I love the bit where they get to the cliffhanger when you kind of hear the pit open. It goes, the pit is open and I am free. And then, of course, they're looking down at the pit and then you just go, meow. I love the fact when the Doctor's just there, like, in the second part, he's just there talking to Ida and he goes... He mentions Rose's name. It's like, no, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. He doesn't actually say the actual word. I'm like, thank God for that. I haven't really watched this episode for a long time. And I'm like, thank God he hasn't said that crappy line. And then he ends up falling down to the pit where they think he's all dead. Rose is there kicking off, being like a stupid human female, going, ah. And then, of course, Danny, Toby, basically, and Zach basically drug her, take her onto the rocket to escape. I have to say, I think that I really don't like Rose in that bit. She's such a whiny sort of character in this series. I really prefer in series 1 than I do in series 2. I absolutely love her in series 1 than I do for series 2. I'm sorry to say that, but I really do. And it's just like, oh my gosh, she's so whiny. Will she just shut up? And when they drugged, I'm like, yes! So anyway, when she wakes up in the rocket, she's there kicking off at them, threatening to point a gun. And Zach goes, would you really? Would your doctor really want you to do that? I love the 10th Doctor who's talking to the devil and he goes, I have seen some loopy gods, dammy gods, whoopee gods. And when he does his face, he goes, if I have to believe in one of them, I believe in her. Because the beast is there, all in chained up. The mind of the beast is basically escaping in Toby's head. I think it's Toby's head. It's been a while. I only watched it yesterday as well. I absolutely love this episode. Yes, it is a good episode, I have to say. It's one of the ones I physically enjoy going back and rewatch. I haven't really watched this for quite a few months. October last time I watched Series 2, when I was doing the whole thing about Russell T Davies coming back, so I rewatched some of his stuff. Well, I rewatched Series 1 to 4 and the specials, and I rewatched Torchwood, and then I rewatched all the Sarah Jane adventures. So and I'm like, yeah, I actually kind of like this episode. I think it's quite good. I like the Ood. There's such a fantastic design. I love that ending as well, when you kind of see the planet basically fall into the black hole, and then you got like Rose, you got Danny, and you got Zach just there piloting the ship and closing their eyes, and then the ship's turning away. And he goes, sorry about that, Captain, but this is the good ship TARDIS. I love the fact when the Doctor goes, gravity smasher-T. I absolutely do like the way the 10th Doctor does that. And he goes, oh, Captain, can I give you a swap? So you give me Rose Tyler and I give you Ida Scott. And they're like, oh, she's alive. He goes, yeah, she's had a bit of poisoning from so-and-so, you know, and it's like oxygen starvation, stuff like that. I'm like, yep. We won't get to the end of the episode. I love the fact when she asks the Doctor who's in, he looks at Rose, goes, oh, a Stuffer legend, pulls the label on the tires, basically leaves, and Zach ends up doing all the death casualties, all the Ood and everything. I like Jefferson's death as well. Jefferson, I really liked his character, and the way he begs for him to lack of oxygen so he can die without being killed by an Ood. I found that really noble and stuff, and I like the way Zach just let him die with a lack of oxygen instead of death by Ood. So anyway, so this episode for me, it is a definitely 10 out of 10. I did enjoy it. It's a good rewatch. Wow, the first part's 10 out of 10. The second part's 10 out of 10. There are stuff I don't like, which is the whole lovey-dovey stuff between Ten and Rose. I hate the lovey-dovey stuff between Ten and Rose. Oh my God, I hate the lovey-dovey stuff so much between Ten and Rose. I'm sorry to say that, but I really do. It's very, very irksome. I don't mind it with 11 and River, or 12 with River. I don't really mind it with the Doctor and Yaz. Here it gets a bit too much. So, anyway. The rest of the episode was pretty much enjoyable. I love the fact we got the Beast. I love the fact we got the Ood. I love the main cast in this, like Zach and everybody else, Ida Scott and everything, who end up basically surviving. Only 3 of them. Basically, no one survives apart from the Doctor and Rose and 3 of the cast. The death count in this story is really good. Everybody dies apart from 3 of that are not the main cast, which is basically the Doctor and Rose. They are the only, they survive. But the three of them, the three humans, basically do survive. So the death count is really, really high. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Doctor Who, The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit from Series 2, basically episodes 8 and 9. Let me know in the comments what you think of them. Is it ones you enjoy? Is it ones you do not enjoy? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a great day tomorrow. Now, there will be no video tomorrow because I'm at work. But the best thing is there'll be a load of videos coming out next week because next week I've got a week off work. Yay! I finally got a week off on my birthday. Yeah! Celebrate. So there'll be a ton more Doctor Who videos coming out over next week with a load of Big Finish reviews and probably some more TV reviews. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this review. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.